Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here from the Knife Center, coming at you from SHOT Show 2022. Here with my friend Maury to check out some case knives.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm good, David. I'm good. Just proud to be in front of your group here, man.
We're happy to have you. We're really happy to have you.
We got a lot of great things. SHOT Show 2020. I know you guys are like us. We're just trying to be back in
You
person.
said 2020.
Oh,
I've been doing that all week. It's fine. It's 2022, people.
Okay. Yeah,
Sorry to throw you off.
It's an encore of 2020. I feel like everything is just an encore.
It's a redo,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, I almost did that earlier too, talking to someone. So yeah, I guess it is. So, but man, we got a lot of great stuff. It's exciting to be back in person with people.
Oh yeah.
To see the knife community. You forget how much we see them. I get to watch them on your video, and you kind of bring things to life, which is awesome. But going to their booths and seeing people in person.
No substitute.
There is no substitute for that. No substitute. But man, at Case, we got some great stuff.
I'm excited to hear about it.
All
What
right.
do we got?
All right. Well, the first thing, at Case every year for the last 5 or 6 years, we've launched a vault pattern. So we take one of our traditional slip joints that we haven't had in production, and for 1 year only, maybe stealing a page out of the playbook of some other iconic brands that do kind of a 1 year build. We've done that. And this year it is the Swell Center Jack. So this is a 3-inch knife. So it's a little bit larger than a peanut. It's a two-bladed jack knife. You got a clip, and you've also got a pin blade in that. You'll see a whole selection of those.
So we got a lot of the different, the different handle materials you're going to be offering on that knife right up here at the front, right?
Yes. Actually all the way through. So
cool.
You will see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have 15 in our core catalog. So while some of our line has been narrowed a little bit to kind of focus on some production, we know that the vault pattern is always a customer favorite. So we're launching that. It's kind of a big deal. We'll make it for 1 year.
May I?
Yes, please do. Please do. That's got some of our purple curly maple.
That's
it
pretty
has
cool.
that ICSA shield. You're also going to find that in our brown maple burl. You're going to find it in bone stag. You're going to find it. There's going to be
all the greatest hits.
The greatest
and
hits.
some extras,
and some new ones.
Extra cool stuff. Yeah.
You're going to find it in carbon and stainless.
That was going to be my next question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're going to see it in a lot of different ways there. But those will start hitting the shelves probably later in the first quarter, and it'll be something that runs just for 1 year. So
I like it.
It's a great way if you're collecting case knives and you want to know what's the latest and greatest. You always land on the vault pattern. That's a great way to do that. And then we're going to be broad in that. And if it's something you got somebody, it's a great carrying knife.
Yeah.
That's the right size for me.
It's like just a little smaller than the mini trapper,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
You got
and
that.
a little bit larger than the peanut. So it is a little more on the smaller gentleman knife scale. But that 25.5, again, for those folks that understand their pattern numbers with case. A lot of great case collectors out there and case enthusiasts. But
I like the half stop on this model, which you don't do on all the models out there.
Right.
But the action feels very good.
Yeah.
And this is your personal carry piece right now, isn't it?
It is mine for the show.
For the show, anyway. Yeah.
These are protos, so don't tell anybody. But yeah, as we were setting up the booth, I'm like, I should have one of those in my pocket. So I am carrying that one right now.
Very cool.
In addition to the other thing that I would say is probably a highlight for the Case brand at the SHOT Show, and really for the launch of 2022, is some of the updates to our modern EDC. We launched in June at the Blade Show, our version of a modern style knife. And we did the Marilla and the Kinzu. We were very fortunate that the Marilla was selected as the American-made knife of the year.
Yeah.
The Marilla is the one with the G10 insert. And one of the things that the knife community told us, and they told us this early on, and we were trying to get to it, is, man, you need to do it in OD green and some of the other colors. We launched it in black, in red, and blue. And at the SHOT Show, 2 big changes. OD green is being added to the Kinzu, both with the Tanto and the spear point.
Yeah, you've got the new blade shape on the Kinzu, yeah.
So here you go. You are the man. This might become official case. That is drop point, spear point.
So I'd call it a drop point just because the taper at the top is more
That's kind of where
graceful,
where the consensus is. I don't want to. I call it a spear point, and they're like, "Man, stick with your trapper.
Yeah.
That's a drop point."
I mean, if the tip's along the center line, you could probably get away with calling it a spear point. I'd just call it a drop point myself. But spear point wouldn't be wrong.
Okay.
I don't think.
So I'm not going to be laughed because that is how we've advertised kind of as a spear point. But but as we looked, through the design process, we were going to put a drop point blade on it. So
that's the way it feels to me anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, that's going to be
no problem.
That's the way we're going to refer to it, because obviously that's something that I think your customers and and obviously in this space, that's what they expect to see. So the OD green handle, the spear point, we've got the Marilla, the knife of the year in OD green. We still have it in the other colors as well. And these knives for us are all made in Bradford. The name regimen that we're doing with that all symbolizes things that are local to the Bradford, Pennsylvania community. So we're going to keep expanding that, doing some other things, working on some extensions of that. May it be coatings or different handle shapes and inlays and things like that.
So you pulled this one out of your pocket before we started filming, and I really like the way this is kind of worn. Well, to use a case terminology, pocket worn.
There you go. There you go.
You know, that looks
the contour on there. It
really
does. Cool. It feels like, and you know, we want these even though they are very modern. We want to have some case DNA in there. We're trying to do that with a few different ways, but we're really excited about that. I tell you, our master craftsmen that have been building knives for 33 years.
You might want to let them take a nap.
I know. I think they were
hard.
super excited. Obviously, traditional knives is our wheelhouse. That's our bread and butter. But they love to work on this.
Yeah.
And they took so much pride in the fact that we could build this in Bradford. And man, it's doing well. Well.
No, they're really cool. I love the graceful shape to that blade. S35 VN, aluminum, ball bearings.
Yeah.
It's everything you want. I mean, really.
But and you guys have been real instrumental. I know at Blade Show, you know, you gave us some advice, and we're trying to learn. Like I said, as we get into this, you know, we're working with some folks that are, you know, helping us make sure we don't trip out of the gate. We want to have a quality knife. We want to have the right price point. Those are got good price points on them for American made S35 steel.
Yes.
And that's something. So at the SHOT Show, this is the first time the whole industry has seen it outside of what we did at Blade Show.
Outside of us, like crazy knife circles.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we all know that, right? We love to watch the videos. We love to learn all we can, and just a lot of great things in there. So
they work really well. I think especially impressive considering it's the first one you guys have made alongside the slip joints. Yes. Like it's a completely new paradigm for you guys, and you did a great job. You really did.
Thank you. And like I said, the endorsement that we've gotten, and you know, like I said, we talked in depth at this at Blade Show, and you know, we said, man, give us all your criticism. We need to learn on that. And you're like, you guys did pretty good. I was like, man, that feels pretty good coming from.
Well, I always got to be careful. It's like, how honest do you want me to be?
Yeah. Hey.
Do you want 50% or 150%?
we want it all.
You guys are doing a really good job. Again, like even taking apart the fact that it is your first entry into the genre, it is still just a good job.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
In addition to that, so we got the vault pattern. We also have the modern EDC and some of the changes there. What you can expect from Case this year is a lot like you will see often, is that we're going to have a broad selection. We're going to try new materials. We're going to try some things with hardwoods and bone. We've got some antique bone. So this is as core tradition as it gets. We're doing some things with some fluted bolsters.
I really like that orange jig pattern on.
We're calling that cayenne. So you're going to see a little bit of red in there. You'll see the bolster treatment on that has the double X's. You know, that is the symbol for our the way that we have tested and the way that we've heat treated our blades. And that just worked into our trademark. Two X's on there. It's kind of just that reinforcement. But that cayenne bone,
that looks great.
It really is nice. It's hard. Maybe I'm partial, but bone handles with handcrafted, you really see the character in that bone.
Yeah.
And those bright colors sometimes show it more. Now the traditional stuff is great, but when you see the bright colors, sometimes you get more of that character.
More of the character, even. Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Plus, when you jig it, you get even a little bit more traction.
There you go. There you go. You get all sorts of things. You know, we're celebrating the pocket worn. You know, pocket worn is our that's Mediterranean blue. So we're pocket worn had a 25th anniversary last year. That was kind of one of the resurgence in our commitment to hand craftsmanship, where our artisans just spend a little more time hefting that thing. Feels right away, right in your pocket. So we got Mediterranean blue pocket worn.
Great color.
You'll see the brown maple burl. I'll let you're the master at that. So hardwoods, we've done great with hardwoods, and that maple, a burl wood anyway, to me is got the most character, is more beautiful, and that brown maple burl looks really
it's kind of a cool story too, is like the thing that causes burl is like insects burrowing in. So it's like beauty through adversity, which is the human experience, really. So that's not to be too hyperbolic, but that's the human experience in a pocket knife, right?
Hey, there we go. There we go. I love it. I love it. So yeah, we're real excited about that. Some of the other things you're going to see from Case, we saw that in the Swell Center. The purple curly maple, we're doing some doing some more micarta. We've got a green and black micarta that looks fantastic. So you're going to see some of that modern handle material. We're not straying away, as I hope our case enthusiasts that watch this show know that. You know, we've had people with the modern, like, wait a minute, boys. I'm like, don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's case. Like, you guys have been doing it for so long, and you are going to be doing it for so long.
Yes.
I mean, there's still a place, even if you've never tried a old school slip joint in your life today, maybe you're the kind of person who, this is the kind of knife you buy, try one of these out. Like, there's a lot to recommend about an old school slip joint. Like
we talked about the old school slip joint, and I know there's a trend. People like the vintage. They like some of those things coming back. And you know, I get people who tell me maybe this is not their style, and I get it. That's okay. Like, you know, that was my grandpa's knife. I'm like, there is no better endorsement than maybe something your grandpa carried. And if a case knife was good enough for grandpa
was kind of a badass.
Yeah, he was. That's right. That's right. And if maybe this is not your style, well, grandpa would endorse that because it's his case, I think, and he knows that it's American made. We stand behind it, and that it is just a great quality knife. So,
excellent.
I hope your folks that like those knives will look at these. The folks that like these, hey, give us a look over here, because I've been carrying both. So I usually carry one of the modern knives just to kind of familiarize myself. I always carry a peanut, or may start carrying a swell center jack this year, and I use them both all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I have found that performance steel, I was never, maybe I shouldn't say this on the video, I never really understood why it was, the performance steel was so good. As you carry one and as you use one, you learn really quickly that, man, this steel,
it does change
like your grandpa, that adjective there for your grandpa there. So it is good, and I really enjoy it. It's a great product. So we're really excited about what we have coming out, not only in this vault pattern and all this stuff, but we'll continue to do that. I think I mentioned earlier, we're going to streamline a few things. So some of maybe your outlier patterns that we would normally do, you may not see those for several months as we're really working to get caught up. We owe you guys some knives. We owe a lot of folks some knives.
I mean, it's 2022.
Yes.
Everybody's trying to get caught up right
everybody,
now. Yeah.
I don't know what our theme is. We just got to put all the 2020 and 2021 behind us. And, but the Case brand is very strong, and we're very thankful for that. We just look forward to working with you guys. I know you've got ideas, and that's exciting.
But no, there's a lot of great stuff here. We're excited to work with you guys too. Thanks for taking the time to show us all this cool stuff, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity, and
my pleasure.
Thank you for what you do for the knife community. I told you this, and I'm not saying this. As I was learning this business, I've seen 100 hours in your videos,
gosh,
and they're all great.
Please
and
apologize.
Thomas over here,
apologize to your wife for me.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Well, she did wonder what are you looking at online? I'm like, man, I'm going to school right now, so it is great.
That's really flattering.
What you guys do for the
really
knife
kind
community,
of you to say to me, sir.
It is absolutely true. So
love it.
All right.
Folks, let us know what you thought down in the comments, and if you want to check out all the latest Case knives, if this stuff isn't on our site yet, it will be in the coming months and very, very soon. Link in the description for those, and keep sticking around for some more great SHOT Show coverage. Maury,
all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.